Que pasa, psychic banditos? Today we're jumping right into part 2 of our human design series. We're continuing our discussion with Lauren Noble, where we dig a little deeper into foundational concepts, and I continue to have my mind blown. This is episode 93 of Clairvoyaging.
Wayfeather Media presents Clairvoyaging.
So while your energy type is meant to get you onto the path and allow you to see when you're veering off of it or not, your profile is like your archetype. That's the role that you're here to play in life. And then your incarnation cross, that's your purpose that just plays out whether you want it to or not.
Can you explain what is the profile? You said it's an archetype for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
How many? It's based on lines. That's what everyone says. You're a fifth line, you're a third line, whatever. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So every gate that you have, which is you look at the 9 centers, and there's these little lines or gates that stick off of them. So every single one that is defined, every gate is or colored in, whether you have the center colored in or not, it is in a line. And so that is the theme or the color of how the energy of that gate is going to be playing out in your life. And so when you talk about the profile, you're looking at the sun and the earth. So human design, it marries the soul, which is your personality, the moment that you were born. And then 88 days from that is your body. That is your life purpose. It marries the two together. So it's not just, who you were before you came here, but it's who you, it's it's the roadmap of the life that you came here to live. And your sun and earth, and both the personality and the design, makes up about 70% of your energy. And so the lines that those gates are in make up so much of your energy that it gets lumped into this profile to essentially be this is your role that you're here to play. And most people have most of the lines. And so you're going to have certain aspects that you resonate to, but the overwhelming theme and archetype is your profile, the sun and the earth in those lines.
How many different lines or how many different combinations are there?
So all of the combinations, so it's lines 1 through 6, and there's 2 lines. So one is going to be conscious, the first one, and the second one is unconscious. And I can't think of the number off my head, but I can go through all of them and count them. But so it's 1-3, 1-4, 2-4, 2-5, 3-5, 3-6, 4-1, 4-6, 5-1, 5-2, 6-2, 6-3. So 12.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's pretty good for not having a photographic memory, by the way.
She doesn't forget anything about human design. So you if you see, you were saying, a 1 in someone's profile, does it matter? Okay. So you said what did you say? Unconscious or conscious? Unconscious?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the conscious is what you're going to be more aware of. Unconscious, that's the one where you could be I don't know, if that's me, or yeah, I could see that. But it's not going to be what's in your forefront because it's not what your mind is focusing on. The personality, that is your mind. That's what you are conscious to. That is your astrology chart. It's just the unconscious is what naturally plays out, whether you want it to or not.
So, for example, I'm a 3-5. Is one of those numbers conscious?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the first one, the 3 is what's conscious.
Okay.
And then the 5 is unconscious. And so, I can go over each of the lines. I was going to go off on like the fifth line, but I can go over like each of them if you would like me to.
As long as it's not too tedious.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I live for this. So.
Okay.
And then, so Frank, you're a 1-4. And then Lauren, you're a 3-5. So the first line is the investigator. They are all about security, a stable foundation. There can be this inferiority complex where you like never feel like you're ready. The foundation is never secure enough. But you really feel safe and secure the more that you're researching stuff. And like when it comes to relationships, you need to be able to take the time to build a foundation with somebody, or else you're going to feel insecure. And sometimes the insecurity might still come to play because the first line, you are like in the basement, you are setting the foundation, making sure that the house is not going to go anywhere, and you are meant to look for the cracks everywhere. And so anywhere you see a crack, you're like, uh-oh, we got to fix this. And so you're, repairing all of them. And you're really here to set the tone of, I learned all of this information and this is what we need to do because of that. So investigating is the first line.
Yeah.
Very helpful to have someone like that around.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lauren.
Okay. And then what's the second two?
So the second line is the hermit. So while the first line is, in the basement, in the dark, the second line is the first floor, and you're it's like living in a house with all windows. So they are the hermit. They need alone time to recharge. And they're also known as the natural because they just kind of know how to do stuff and they're naturally good at stuff and they don't know why. And so Ra, the founder, says second lines, they just kind of are doing their own thing and they don't realize that they're good at it or anything special about it. And then somebody knocks on the door and they're like, hey, I was watching you in your house and I noticed that you were doing this thing and it's like really cool. And they can feel so exposed, like, oh, you are watching me, like you see me. Because they are this hermit, they can just get so caught up in their own trip and not really realize like, oh, other people are observing you too. And so for second lines, while the first line is here to research, the second line is here to be naturally good at things. So the things that they are good at and they don't realize why they're good at it, those are great indicators of directions to go into, things that you are here to master and put you towards your purpose. And then with the second line, knowing when to recharge and hermit out because they need that.
I have like, if you just see us looking down, it's because I have our family's charts up here. So this is really interesting because our daughter is a 2-4. So like, yeah, that just kind of naturally being good at stuff. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, so you have a 2-4 and a 5-1. Those profiles are like opposite each other.
Oh yeah, we know.
You said your other child was a 5-1, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so they are like, they can be like best friends or they can be like complete opposite, like arch nemesis.
They are best friends, but also like so different. She's also like Capricorn. He's Aquarius.
But they get deeply tired of each other.
Yeah.
Or I should say our 5-1 gets so sick of her shit.
And he wants to just like sock her. And she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, leave him alone. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This is so good. Okay, 3.
So the third line. Yes. So the third line is like the staircase that's going from the first floor to the second floor. And so they are the only like transitional line. They are here to mutate. They are here to learn through mistakes and then share those mistakes with others because they figure out what works and what doesn't work. So a big thing with third lines is that they can carry so much shame for making mistakes and end up becoming so pessimistic about life or pessimistic about themselves instead of realizing that every mistake that they make is just them gaining wisdom. And third lines are especially resilient because we are meant to make mistakes. And so when we do, it's probably most of the time never going to be a mistake that is so bad that you can't bounce back from it. Any mistake that we make, it is just there to help guide us. And the third line is really here to master the material plane. So to make money, because they are so good at figuring out what works and what doesn't. And then with third lines, that's also about like bonds made and broken. And so if you are doing something for too long, or you're with somebody for too long, it can be like, I need a break. I need space. And you can even pick up hobbies and drop them and come back to them. And so allowing yourself the permission to pause bonds and to realize that you can pause bonds without like burning the whole bond down to the ground. That's kind of a shadow for third lines, is like not allowing yourself to take space when you need to take it. And then it builds and builds and you're like, I am done with this bond. I never want to come back to it. And you want to burn it all to the ground. And then you circle back and you're like, maybe actually I do want to come back to this.
I just needed a drive by myself for an hour and a half.
I actually don't see you like fully burning down bonds like that.
No, I don't do that. I
you do have issues with not taking up space.
I have issues with not taking a break from things where I go like, and then I just like crash out and I'm like, I need to be away from everybody. And like,
that's true.
Yeah. And then I go, oh, I've had some space. I sat on the beach for a few minutes and I feel great.
Another thing with her 3 is I'm wondering if, because sometimes she, is there a thing where like 3s can be so afraid of their own trial and error methods that they get like scared into inaction?
Yes. Oh, totally. And that goes with that pessimism too, of like, nothing works. Everything is broken. No matter what I do, it won't matter. And you can get that pessimism can really stack up on top of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm not doing so well, that is my inner monologue for sure. Or my outer to Frank, where I'm just like weepy and like, who cares? No one cares.
Oh, sometimes I'm like, what's going on here?
I'm so deeply pessimistic, and I come from like a hope place. But boy, oh boy, I have my days.
Yeah. And that's okay. I mean, that's part of the third line process, is that sometimes like you can put so much energy into something and then it breaks and you're like, what? I just put all of this energy into this thing and it's not working. Like everything is wrong. And it's just important to allow yourself to feel those things, feel the pessimism, and you don't have to hold on to it forever, but you can feel it and then process it. And then when you're ready, you can be like, all right, well, I'm ready to throw myself into the void again. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fourth line.
So the fourth line is, this is like the networker. And this is you, Frank, where it is so important for you to establish and maintain friendships and bonds with people. And you really get your best opportunities through the people around you. And the thing with fourth lines is that you kind of see the world and the people around you as confidants or not, people that you trust or not. And people can really disarm themselves around you and really trust you and feel like, oh, you're somebody who is safe for me to confide in. And so the fourth line, it is the networker. You're here to not pigeonhole yourself into like one relationship, but to give and put your energy into many, because the more diverse your friend group is, which it might not be super diverse as a 1-4, but that is going to give you your best opportunities in life.
Huh.
You've gotten opportunities from network.
The way I prefer to be in relationships is some kind of project based, even if that project is voluntary. I love meeting people in the context of working on something together. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
like the majority of the things that end up happening for me, it's like I met Lauren from being in a band, right? Like that's how we met.
Yeah.
Like one of my best friends, I met him like at work. We were doing work stuff together, and then we started doing outside of work stuff together on other projects, and that's the context. And yeah, actually, and then our drummer is like one of my other best friends. We're not playing music these days, but it's always been in the context of a network, a project-based networks.
Totally. Well, and when you talk to fourth lines about dating, so often they find somebody through their network, like through a mutual friend, or like you were saying, like through a hobby, and then you met Lauren. It's like the people around you are kind of how things come and find you.
Very true. I probably need a bigger network, to be honest.
So there are 3 different types of like life path karmas in human design. So 4-6 through the 1-3 are all transpersonal karma, where you are here gathering karma in this life and playing it out as you go. But the 5-1 to the 6-3, they are here playing out karma from other lives through other people. And so they can like, so for example, my husband's a 5-1 and he can like do stuff that like doesn't have like the same kind of karmic like repercussions, as like I would do. Like I can be very paranoid, like, oh my gosh, like I could not do that because of karma. And he's just like, doesn't care. Not like in an asshole way, but just like his actions don't affect him as much as the actions of the people around him. But then 4-1s are here for a fixed fate. So they aren't really here playing out karma in this life or karma from other lives, but they are here on their own path, and either people jump on board or they don't, but they're just blazing through. And it's not as it doesn't matter as much like their external circumstances, because like they are locked in, and basically what's going to happen is what's going to happen. And if you're with a 4-1, you essentially are kind of like surrendering to their life path and going along with it or not.
Holy
Damn.
shit. That's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
And that's the one that's like that?
The only profile, yeah, is the only one with fixed fate. So it's like no matter how good of a person or how shitty of a person, fate is fixed no matter what.
Oh, that is so interesting.
Okay. So 5 is the heretic or the savior. So the 5 is so interesting because nobody sees them clearly. They are a complete mirror for other people. And people are going to see them in relation to how they see themselves and how they, I guess, want to see the other person. And so there's this theme of the 5th line does really well with strangers, because oftentimes people will meet you and they'll be like, wow, this person is amazing. Like, this is so awesome. And then the more they get to know you and they start to have that projection broken down, then they're like, wow, I never knew you. Like, you're not the person I thought you were. And then they want to burn you at the stake for it. And I mean, I'm also married to a 5th line, and it's like, even with the awareness of human design, there are times where it's like, I want to burn him at the stake for making assumptions or like having expectations in my mind that I didn't voice, that he didn't like fulfill in the way that I thought he would. So the thing with 5th lines is that they are great fixers because they see things that other people don't see. They are here to universalize. And they can call trends or they can call things before it happens, because they're like, I think that this is like, like for example, I watched a South Park episode and it was about woke culture being dead. And so a 5th line could be like, woke culture is dying. And then people want to burn them for it, because they're like, how dare you say that? But as soon as a 4th line locks onto that and they put it through their network and normalize it, then they're like, whoa, the 5th line was so smart and they called this before it happened.
Oh my
So
gosh, yeah.
the fifth line is really here to universalize the things that they're seeing and experiencing. And something I say for fifth lines is over communicate if you can. Because when people, if there's like a little micro projection, if you don't like nip it in the butt right away, that projection is going to grow and grow. And so really state your what you're able to do and what you are not able to do, because unmet expectations are like the Achilles heel for fifth lines. And a lot of times it's like people don't even realize that they're projecting onto you. And so just being really clear with your boundaries, like I can do this, I can't do that. So like, for example, if you have somebody who is coming to you and they are like, I need you to fix this thing for me, but you know that you do not have the space or the time for it, just instead of like being like, okay, I'll just do this because I don't want you to burn me for it, to really state and reinforce those boundaries.
Ooh, okay.
And then with And then with fifth lines, there can be this paranoia and this like fear of really speaking up and sharing your truth because you're so used to people like they either love it or they hate you for it. And it can condition you to like be paranoid and to expect that people are going to react poorly to you.
Oh man, that was my question. I was going to say, if you're a fifth line and there's not a lot of people who want to burn you at the stake, is that because you're not being fifth line enough?
Well, but the thing is, as a 3-5, people like generally really love 3-5s because you have this humanness about you. Like the third line can be so like funny and charismatic, and you're like, I'm not perfect, look at me. And so there is, I feel like, this exception to the rule with the 3-5, but it's still, you're still going to have those people that are coming back and they're like, wait a minute. But like, for example, Diana, Princess of Wales, was a 3-5. Like people loved her.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like when they got divorced, people really hated her when she started to like share her truth too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's such a good example. She's a great example.
Yeah. That's so, yeah, that's really interesting because there's sometimes where I'm like, I thought I was friends with this person. They just never called me again or something. And I'm like, what the hell? And I don't think it's that like they stopped liking me, but maybe there's some people that I reflect back something to them that they're seeing that they don't like about themselves or something.
Yeah, for sure. The fifth line has a very, Roz says it's like a seductive aura. People like really, they see you how they want to see you.
Yeah.
And so if they have something inside that they don't like and they see you, they are going to project that onto you because it gives them an excuse from not looking at that within themselves. So when somebody is wanting to burn a fifth line for something, I'm always like, what is it inside of you that you want to burn yourself for? And instead of taking accountability, you're putting it on to this person because they are a mirror to you. And they're really just showing you a shadow aspect of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
That tracks.
That does track. Interesting.
And sixth line.
Yeah, so they experience life in 3 phases. So the first 30 years of their life is this third line theme where they're trial and erroring, they're learning things the hard way, but they're not as resilient as third lines. Like third lines, we're kind of meant to be beaten down and take it, and like it makes us stronger. But sixth lines, they aren't like that. And so when they get to their Saturn return, it's like they want to get out of society. They're done trial and erroring and they go up onto the roof. And they're like, I'm just going to watch everything from a distance. And they become very aloof and like kind of unaware of and not wanting to be aware of everything going on around them. And then after age 50, they come down. Sorry, I think it's actually age 60. They come down off of the roof and they're like, okay, these are the lessons that I learned. And then they're here to really embody this role model. But the thing with sixth lines is that they're either a role model of what you should do or a role model of what you shouldn't do. And so there's kind of these two ends of the coin. But they're just here to be wise and to learn from their trial and erroring. And they either do or they don't.
And you said by Saturn returns, and
Saturn return is typically around like age 30, around there.
Okay.
So, but there is this like, as they are going onto the roof, it takes them a while. It's not just this immediate aloof, I am, disappearing. There's going to be several years where they are coming down and they're trial and erroring. And then they're like, wow, this sucks. I'm going to go back onto the roof. But then eventually there is this like detachment and aloofness where they're like, I'm just going to focus on me. And so that's when a lot of times six lines like have families, or they don't want to keep being like in society the way that they were before. It's like they have to lick their wounds, integrate their lessons, and then show up stronger and better for it when they're ready. And that is, so it's after their Uranus opposition, which is around like age 42. And I'm like, oh, I have this photographic memory. But I'm spacing on if it's 50 or 60 where they come off of the roof. It might be, I think, their 60s. I think it's their second Saturn return is when they come back down. So like for a full 30-year cycle, they're like, I am not a part of this. And then they integrate and they live this life that's separated, also that they can come down and be the role model that they're supposed to be.
Huh. This is amazing. I feel like, obviously the wealth of information that you're providing us is incredible. And also it goes so much deeper. But do you feel like this is a good, like for someone who's just getting into it, like this is the basics? Because I assume that from here, like, with the profiles, then you have profile combinations and that presents in whole different kinds of ways. Mm-hmm. But is this like,
for sure.
Is this like the good foundation?
Yeah, I believe so. Because if you know your energy type, then you know how to get onto your path. And then knowing your profile, that just helps you to really embody and to not shame yourself for who you are. Like as a first line, if you know your first line and you're prone to insecurity, that's okay. That just means research more, investigate more. As a fifth line, if you know people are going to project onto you, that's okay. You can expect that. So it is like, it's giving you this framework of like giving you permission of to be yourself and kind of showing you how to be yourself. But there are so many layers of human design. We could go really deep into it.
Yeah.
But then it's like drinking from a fire hose,
Yeah.
And it's really human design. It's like Ra says, it's not just me giving you information. It's me telling you ways that you can experiment with the system and make it your own and see it for yourself. It's like, don't trust me. Don't take my word for it. Experiment with it. It's really meant to be experimented and just see what happens. See if you get more ease into your life or not.
Yeah. And after all is said and done, it's so interesting. The reason why, there's no shortage of people developing like interesting woo-woo systems out there of like, oh, here's I know who you are. It's this. Here's the secret equation. But there's something insanely intuitive about this system. Not initially intuitive because there's charts and numbers and all this stuff all over the place. But once you get in, you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And it like kind of teaches you how to interface with the world and in a way that like feels correct. And it's really, if it didn't make so much sense, it wouldn't make any sense.
Frank's starting to we were following our digestion specifically, and Frank was like, this works so well for my body.
Oh, for my digestion thing, we can't get into it now, but for mine, if I don't follow it, it's devastating for me.
Yeah. Consecutive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you'll find that, so the 1 through 6 is the foundation for the whole system. So digestion, it's 6. So consecutive is first line, foundation. So it's the most primitive. It's like the most, if you do not do this and have this solid foundation of this consecutive thing, then like everything goes amok. Whereas like hot thirst, that's a third line theme. And so you can like trial and error. It's not going to affect you as much as a consecutive appetite does.
Oh, that's so interesting. I didn't even think about that being connected.
No.
Oh, Ra.
Yes,
Ra, you
environment,
did it again, Ra.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we've kept you so far past
The hour we
the
said
time.
we were gonna be,
Yeah, we're like, we keep things to an hour.
Yeah.
We are liars.
Lauren, tell everybody where to find you and where they can like book your services.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my website is noblealignment.com. And as I was like filling out the questionnaire for you guys, I had like different handles for everything. And I was like, this is so confusing. So I changed everything today to just Noble Alignment.
Oh, that's awesome.
TikTok,
Whoa.
Substack, Instagram, making it as simple as possible. But I offer sessions, so individual, couples, parents, yeah, and also I offer audio recordings. So if you have a question, you can fill out the questionnaire and I can send you within 48 hours like a 10 to 20 minute audio spiff going over your chart and like the specific area of advice that you're needing.
Wait, that's like an introvert's dream. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you've been an absolute joy to talk to. And thank you for spending so much time with us, spending like so much explanation. And it's just, it feels effortless from you because you've like done so much work, but thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was so great plugging into you guys. I feel satisfied.
Yay.
Oh, perfect.
Bye, Lauren.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Visit clairvoyaging.com for merchandise or to access free resources to help you on your spiritual journey. Subscribe to our Patreon for more content or join for free to chat with us. Clairvoyaging is a fiscally sponsored project of Fractured Atlas, a 501c3 charity. Make a tax-deductible donation to support our mission to foster understanding, respect, and curiosity for diverse spiritual belief systems. Clairvoyaging is a production of Wayfeather Media.